Welcome to Our Town, Our Time on RTV 32. Today we have a special edition. We're coming to you from Caesar Creek Markets. I'm here with Ryan Levin. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about Caesar Creek Markets.
Well, Caesar Creek Market is one of Ohio's oldest and most long-standing markets, and one of the biggest. My family has owned it for 30 years. This would have been our 30th year anniversary, and we've had this pretty noteworthy fire actually out here, and so we've actually been in the process of recovering that, and we still have our inside market is now open, one of the aisle 1 in the main section, and every 2 to 4 weeks we're going to be opening new aisles and showing more stuff. But right now we do have air conditioning and great deals, 300 vendors outside, and all kinds of action going on.
So only part of the building is open. So how's the remodeling going with the rest of it?
It's going fantastic. Of course, that kind of stuff never goes as fast as you'd want it to. But our contractors are doing a bang-up job getting everything in here. The vendors are extremely happy that we've been building their booths newer, better than before. It's kind of like the whole place actually got a facelift and a renovation. So.
Due to the fire? Due
to the fire, that's right.
But the fire was only a small part of the building. The rest was the smoke damage?
That's correct. A lot of people, based on the pictures on TV, had thought that the entire building would burn. Actually, 7% of the building only burned. Just small, less than 10%, but the smoke went everywhere, which forced us to absolutely gut everything and renovate the entire market. So
the vendors that were already housed here, that obviously had to leave the building because you were remodeling, what happened to them?
Well, I would parallel that to something like Pharaoh building the pyramids. It's been a big deal. You know, we have so many people, so many merchandise. The vendors, they've been fantastic to this. You know, we all went through, pardon the expression, we all went through hell, getting through that fire and getting our stuff back together. We were able to move all of our vendors outside under the shelters. We were providing them with free rent outside so they could maintain their businesses going on. We also provided them with free storage containers. So every one of the vendors had a place to store their merchandise securely, safely, and from the elements, as well as the ability to continue their businesses and rent-free. So we've been really doing this. We wanted to foster them. We basically, you know, if we can keep the merchandise here and keep these people going, we're going to have a flea market to move back into here. Right.
And most of your vendors, have they been here a long time?
We have had vendors here that have been here since before we bought it, actually, before the doors opened. Been other ones behind me, some like 25 year, 27 year, 31 over here, actually. Wow. So yeah, we have some folks that have just made this part of their family and our family. And
so, you're just moving them in according to where they were before.
That's correct. We promised them that if they wanted their spaces back right where they were, they would get it exactly the way they wanted it. It's being returned. If they had windows or special things, we're returning them just the way they left them. So, except new.
Except new, that's good. So normally when your building is all completely up and running, is everything pretty full? Is everything mostly inside, or you always have outside vendors?
That's a good question. Yeah, this has been our inside market has been really thriving, and we've been doing a lot of gangbusters, having high occupancy in here, but the outside market did start to wane a little bit, and this fire has reinvigorated the outside market, something fierce. We've had over the past several weekends, we've had over 300 outdoor vendors. We've had, on average, like 10, 12,000 customers per weekend. People are really showing up to show support for the family and our community out here. So.
Well, that's great, because, like you said, you don't want the vendors to go away. That's the business.
No,
and it's their business. And if they've been here that long.
That's exactly right. They are the lifeblood of this flea market. You know, it's a very interesting symbiotic relationship. Without the vendors, there's no customers, no vendors.
That's right.
So we couldn't afford for one moment to let that lapse of that symbiosis. So the following weekend after the fire, we were open. We didn't miss a beat, and we just kept on trugging. And if I may, we did this once at Treasure Isles. We also own and operate our Treasure Isles market, and 4 years ago, we had a very similar devastating fire with a lot of smoke damage. We are, I hate to say it, I'm well versed at how to put a flea market back together after a fire. It's an unfortunate gift I have now, but suffice to say that we learned so much from that this process has been a lot easier, and we've actually created a vendor recovery fund where we're taking donations from the community, and based on your losses, and some folks lost everything, nobody's going to be made whole by this vendor recovery fund. There's just not enough money, but some folks will get a 10, 20% perhaps of their loss and be able to reinvest and catch up on their business.
Right. Yeah. And that's huge.
It really is. And folks have been coming to me today thanking me that we've done things really well, and it really feels good hearing them say that. It's very validating.
It seems like you treat everybody like family, and you're going to do the best you can to keep them here and viable and to keep the economy going, which is what we need for everybody.
Amen. That's right. We have Cedar Creek Flea Market is one of Ohio's largest business incubators. We have 550 indoor booths, 300 outside, and basically these are average folks. These are people who are working jobs or unemployed, and they're trying to make ends meet, make a few extra bucks. So it's just great folks, honest people coming out here and give you a chance to haggle. You know how to haggle, right?
I do.
Nice.
So you can haggle with the vendors.
You can. That's the gift. That's the whole charm of it. You know, you come in here and negotiate. It's a free market.
We'll be right back with more conversation with Ryan Levin, and we're going to talk some more about Cedar Creek Markets. But right now, we're going to hear a report from Randy Jacobs.